How to stop budgies from biting. In order to address the problem, we need to find out why is your parrot biting you. Try to find out the reason behind biting. Is it anxiety? Is it stress? Or is it just being playful? Is it at a certain time or at a certain place? Then how to stop the biting? It's all coming up. Let's find out why is your budgie biting. Is he or she anxious or stressed? Maybe because you recently moved the cage's place. Or maybe your bird bites when there is a certain sound that he or she hears and gets stressed. Take a look on the video about stressed birds if you want to learn more about depressed and stressed birds to eliminate this cause. I'll leave a link in the description. Does your bird get a good night's sleep? Or maybe you feed your bird the same seed mix every day, the one that you can get at any pet store. You see, budgies get bored eating the same meal every day. Does your budgie bite when you interact with him inside the cage? Or when he is outside the cage? Maybe after a long time after being outside the cage, your budgie just wants to go back to his safe home and has had enough time outside the cage. Or if he bites inside the cage, maybe that means he doesn't trust you enough with your hand inside his safe home. When it's your bird's sleeping time, try to leave him alone. And when he's flying around from room to room, don't chase. You shouldn't worry about the bird because your house should be bird-proofed before letting your bird out. Take a look at this video on how to bird-proof your home if you don't know what is bird-proofing. I will leave a link in the description. Chasing your bird will alarm him and will think of you as a threat. Because in the wild, predators chase budgies all the time. Make sure your birds have toys and things to chew on to stay stimulated, so they don't get bored and get their frustration out by biting. So, after you discover the reason of biting, or maybe your bird was just being playful, now, how to stop that from happening? Well, if the reason of biting is caused by stress, sleep, fear, or at a certain place or time, then you should deal with the problem accordingly. From switching the time or place you interact with your budgie, or from solving the source that makes your budgies stressed or irritated. But what if your budgie already got used to biting you, or he's being playful by biting you? And I'm not talking about these tiny affectionate bites, but he actually is hurting you. Rule number 1: never shout or yell at your budgie. This could go into two directions. The first one is your budgie gets your attention when he bites, and that would encourage your bird to bite whenever he wants your attention or bored. Or the second direction is just getting afraid of you and would ruin all the bond you have accomplished with your bird, and it actually gets him stressed. So either way, it is not helpful at all. Don't punish your bird. Whatever punishment you think of, it will backfire. From yelling, hitting, or spraying water on your bird. It will cause him a lot of stress or physical harm, and will actually be the end of your relationship with your bird. A very common mistake budgie owners do is getting their bird back to the cage when they get frustrated with biting. Well, That's really bad. First, your bird's cage is the safest zone for him, so it's not really a punishment for your bird. And second, your budgie is a very clever bird, and now he learns when he wants to go back home, all he has to do is biting you, and you bring him back to his home. Think of it this way, he bites you, you get him back home. Next time he doesn't bite, you play with him until he bites, and you again bring him back home. So basically, he's the one taming you. Whenever I bite, you bring me back home. And now that we have discussed punishment and how it ruins everything, treat is not an option either. You don't want to give him a toy or any distraction, like a treat. You don't want to reward your budgie's biting by giving him a reward, as that will encourage biting. So wait, I don't punish, I don't reward. So I do neither and hope for the best? Exactly! You don't react at all to his biting. You don't want to punish and get your bird stressed or ruin your relationship with him. You don't reward him neither. You don't want to encourage that behavior. What you do is you stay still. Don't react to the biting. And to make your budgie understand that biting is bad, just show them that this behavior doesn't get rewarded. You can do that by pulling your hand downwards or sideways quick enough to make your budgie lose balance, and not as quick as to throw him off. Budgies can't bite and regain balance at the same time. When he stops the biting, you can go back to feeding or playing or whatever you were doing. That will teach your budgie that biting doesn't get a reward. Remember that it is only when they are being good that they will get any treats, attention, or be returned to their cage or play gym or playground. No exceptions. As biting is a learned behavior, and it is a habit, they have essentially learned by our actions and how we act or react to it. For more about budgies, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are watching this video from YouTube and hit the bell icon to get notified when the next video is up. Or like the Facebook page if you are watching this video from Facebook.